Well, it's been 12 days since anyone has heard from Albert Willis Jr. of St. Martinville.
Detectives say Willis left his home on Knight Street that morning. The 71-year-old suffers from dementia, and during a conversation with his family today, we learned he often wandered from his home but always returned.
Well, the pressure of the search was immediately felt by his family when they realized he disappeared, but efforts were limited by the police department at that time.
Kaylee Normand is getting answers about why there were limitations and the message from Willis's family.
We go out every day looking for our brother. We haven't been eating or sleeping, trying to find him. All we need is our brother back home safe.
Ricky Martin, the chief of St. Martinville Police Department, tells us they have been searching since Albert Willis Jr. was reported missing on June 18th. The missing persons report became a silver alert the day KATC brought the alert to the attention of the chief and state police.
We're trying to obtain all of the information that we actually needed to issue the alert. And it took us longer than normal to get that information. So it's nobody's fault. Sometimes the families don't, think about some of those things when it first happens.
While police say they searched basins, the bayou, and abandoned homes, no dogs were called in until 12 days into the search.
We were supposed to have some canine units come out the night he was missing. But I think they got tied up and they weren't able to come because we're limited right now on canine units.
On Wednesday, Hilda and the rest of her family met with the St. Martinville Police Department to plan to expand their efforts by calling in a search and rescue canine unit. The lead of one of those organizations tells us it's important to get dogs out on the scene as soon as possible to have a successful search and rescue. Every day that passes can add new challenges for the dogs.
We're just going to try to see if we can strike a track an odor, and we'll just try to run it as far as the dogs will let us run it. It's hard doing this kind of work after this amount of time, but we're going to give it our best and see what we can do.
For now, Hilda is asking that the community continues to keep an eye out, and if her brother is out there listening,
we love him, and we want him to call David so he can come back home.
In St. Martinville, I'm Kaylee Normand, KATC TV3.
We did reach back out to the police chief to ask why they didn't call for help from the search and rescue crews earlier after realizing their canine officers were busy. So far, as of news time, we've yet to hear back.